Y'all, I'm out here trimming up these collards, and I thought I would show you what I'm doing with the parts that I cut off. Because tree collards are basically kind of like your Egyptian walking onions. Once you get them started and planted, you get cuttings from them. And I'll show you what I mean. This piece right here, you can see how it curved around and fell over the bucket. And it gets real tough, but it'll keep right on growing. And I don't want mine to get that big and out of hand. So what I do is I cut them back. And I've already got several little pieces right here planted of the stems that I cut off. But that's what you do. You harvest your leaves, and you take this, let me get the leaves cut off of it first, and I can handle it better. So if the wind don't blow everything away. And they're in the sun. I don't need them in the sun. My ponytail's in the way. But any of the leaves that are any good, I'm going to cook them. The rest of them I'm throwing in this tote over here. And they're going to make good compost to grow more stuff in. Collards, any type of greens, makes good compost. And that AC is running. But I'm just going to throw them in that tote right now. And I waited way too long to harvest most of these. But I'm just cutting my leaves off. Basically leaving the stem on this bigger stem. Because I don't need those big stems. They'll be tough. I need more hands. So I cut my leaves off about like that. I should have put my hair up more because my ponytail is blowing in my face. Let's see if I can do this. That'll work. But even these dead leaves, these brown leaves that have fallen to the ground, those are good for your compost. That makes good plant food. But anyway, I've already cut quite a few plants. All of these stems that I've cut, I can replant them. I mean, look how many there is here. And they're just the stems. Every one of them are stems. And you cut them in like 8-inch sections, something like that. And then just bury them a couple of inches in the dirt, like I'm doing here. And it'll start new plants. And if these survive and root, I can pull them out of here and spread them around to different places. But let me go ahead and finish cutting these off. I'll go ahead and cook these collards. Freeze part of them. this would be a plant right here. See, that's a plant right there. And just cut the stalks off of your stem. That way it doesn't take the nutrition away from the stalk. And then you plant that up to about here. And I might leave some of them in this. I mean, that's how I got all these others started, because even when I ordered my tree collards to begin with, they came in cuttings just like I'm showing you. The trick is getting them cut. Need something to lay them on. This one's kind of tough. It's hard. There you go. But see, that's a plant right there. Stick it in the ground, make sure your stems are aiming upward, and stick the bottom of it in the ground a couple of inches, and you'll start another plant. Just like I'm doing. I think when I first started, when I ordered them, I got three of these things that were sent to me about that size. And see, that one's curved, but hey, it'll work just as good. I'm gonna make a hole with this knife, stick it down in there, because it'll grow straight up in the beginning. And see, this, the bottom of it's kind of messed up where it fell over the I need to put this somewhere and I don't know where to put it to kind of hold it. But see, that's a plant right there. I'll stick it down to about here, where my thumb is, right there in the dirt, and it'll root and make another tree collard. Because I was surprised when I ordered them the first time. That's exactly what I got in the mail, was 3 cuttings for the tree collards, and I didn't think they were going to live, but they did. And I think I lost one through the winter. See, here's one that I cut already. Usually I put them in a separate pot to root them, but I don't have that much space right now. So let's clean this knife off. I want to show you what I got here. This is the most handy knife I've ever gotten hold of in my life, because it's got almost like a saw blade on one side. And it cuts through these just like a saw. So if you got a small saw, you might, if you have tree collards, you can cut them with a small saw. a lot of times a little knife won't work. The little knife will work as far as cutting your leaves off that you're going to cook. But I still got this many tree collards and I'm not even finished cutting yet. Like I said, this part won't work because that's the part that bent over and it's dried out. So I'll cut it off up here. Oh. Cut it off right there, and that's going to go plant. I'll plant that. I'll plant that part right there. And I've already got all I can put in this pot. So I'll water it with my runoff water. Yeah, I still don't know what I'm going to do with my sweet potatoes. I've got those rooting. Let's see, I got a tub of tree collards right there, getting them to start new plants. I may have got this one upside down. No, it's right. But I still got this one over here. The sun's getting hot on them about now. But I just cut my leaves off, I guess you can see. Leave most of the stem on the plant because I don't need that to cook. And then I can take them off, throw them in the compost, because I don't need them to root either. But that's another plant right there. That's another starter plant. And it doesn't really matter that I've cut them off because they're going to regrow right from the stems that are left. They'll put out new plants at the top. They were getting too long and laying over on the ground and all that. And yeah, they should have been cut back a long time ago. This one's probably not big enough to root, so I'm going to put it in the little compost thing there to break down. And I got two more here. I'm just going to stick that in there. Because some of them, you know, all of them may not root, but we'll see. And if they do, I can take them out and transplant them. So I got that whole tub full. And I still got that one to break off. See, here's the stalk of one of them. It's pretty good size. I could even cut that down. All the bad looking leaves, I put, like I said, I put right over there for the compost. The good ones are going to go in my pot. And I'll cook them under pressure so it doesn't take long. Put them in the pressure pot. And see, this is possibly another cutting right here. Right there. Cut this off. I didn't have to cut it off. It broke off. Yeah, I think I'm going to cut this off. And that's going to be a beautiful starter plant right there. And it's already got several sections where it'll start coming out on. But I got to find some more places to plant them. Yeah, I got all these starter plants and a whole bowl of collard greens right there. Whew. And it's getting a little warm out here, y'all. But that'll give them a new lease on life. It'll help them grow. And I can get these all started too. Yeah, at least now they won't be toppling over. I mean, they eventually will again. I'm gonna stick this piece down in there. It may grow or it may not. But there, I gave those a good trimming. And this piece, you know, can go in compost. Or it could even be a starter plant because it's got enough stem on it. Yeah, see, the bottom of this is basically rotten already. But I can stick that part in there. It might live, it may not. That's the reason I'm sticking them in these totes right here. And I've got so many in one. Usually I would just put one plant, one stem in a section. But I've got quite a few and I'm not sure where I'm going to put all of them yet. So and I've got one over here stem in this. And it's going to start getting top heavy too. Got leanings coming over in here. I should have harvested these earlier. These bottom leaves are good. See how long that stem got? I could possibly cut that off and stick it down in there, which I may do that. And that's what this other blade comes in good for. Because you want a clean cut. It helps to put those leaves back in your pots to help keep moisture in the dirt. Keeps the sun from evaporating it up so bad. But there you go. I thought I'd show you. I'm sweating like crazy, y'all. I thought I'd show you a little bit of on how to replant your tree collards. You know, some people let them get real tall and lanky, and they're leaning on stuff, and they got them propped up, and they're 15 foot tall. I don't want mine like that. Mine is not really bird food. I'm growing collards, and the tree collards are easier for me to grow here than anything else because they live year round usually. If they've got good roots down in the dirt, they'll survive all winter. So we're going to see about these, and I'll have to get these other ones planted somewhere. I'll get them in water. I'm sweating, y'all. Down there in water, the leaves that are underneath, I will go ahead and take them in the house, wash them and cook them. And I'll have some collards. And it might be too many for me to eat now, but I can freeze part of them. Eat part of them and freeze part of them. And I've got the sun coming in on everything. But there you go. I mean, see, all under there is all my collards. And I've got them flattened down, but I got a bowl full. So I'm going to take them in the house, wash them. And I'm going to put these cuttings in something to keep them moist until I can get out here and plant them, because I'm not sure where I'm going to plant all of them yet. So there you go. There's another tip on your tree collards if you ever want to plant any. Because like I said, when you do order them, you'll get about 3 cuttings just like I put in this tote. You'll get about 3 cuttings just like that, or like that one there. And then it's up to you to plant them and get them rooted. And I really need to cut some of this off. I'm hoping right now that where they're at, they'll get they will get a good jump start on rooting and get established before wintertime. And I may be able just to leave them in that tote all winter and then transplant them in the spring. But yeah, all of them survived in those buckets, and I left them there all winter, and they come right back this year. But you do have to trim them back unless you want to let them get out of hand and just grow like a tree and get real big, which I don't. So anyway, There's a trip on tree collards. If you're ever interested in ordering tree collards or planting them, like I said, when you do order tree collards, you get about 3 good sized cuttings to one order. I don't remember how much I paid for them. And then it's up to you to get them rooted. So please like, share, and subscribe to my videos. I'll see you on the next one. Y'all have a blessed day. Bye now. Love y'all.